I guess first and foremost, could you tell us your name?
My name is Virginia Adler, Adler,
Alrighty, and
and Adler means eagle.
so what? Congratulations! You're celebrating your 100th birthday today, 100 times around the sun. What has it kind of been like for you to get to that milestone?
I've had a lot of interesting things happen through my life. I started in as uh, the eldest child of three in the family, had a brother and a sister, and we were devoted to family and to our church and to work. And I was graduated the year of 1942, just after the war had started. So my first marriage was with a soldier from Camp Crowder, Missouri, and he became an employee of the highway department, and I followed him here shortly thereafter. And when my little boy was about a year and a half old, and I stayed at home until he went into kindergarten, and then went to work for Department of Elementary and Secondary Education, and enjoyed my time there for 34 and a half years. And then I was kind of tired of office work. My brother had passed away, and his widow was depressed, so we did some traveling together, made several tours, went several times to Northwest Missouri, Northwest United States, into Victoria Island, and stayed there like 3 nights. And I've been there a couple times. I've been to uh, Nova Scotia, and spent a tour there for about a week, and then went over to Victoria Island, and then back into the United States and down the St. Lawrence River and through the Niagara Falls again. That was my third trip there. And I've made a trip to Washington, D.C. and the Northeast Missouri, when we had the color in season. And I've been to North Carolina several times because my sister lived there, and I would drive there. Then we'd go to the mountains, where they had a place in the mountains on the Blue Ridge, and we could see the Blue Ridge from where her campsite was. So we would spend several days there, and at night we would do crossword puzzles and different things like that.
Out of all of the traveling you've done, what is probably the favorite place that you've gotten to see through your time traveling?
Every time I've made a trip and I saw all the beauty in the various areas, when I came home, I would say, why did we leave Missouri? It's beautiful here. And it has the valleys and the mountains and the lakes and the rivers, and it's just beautiful here.
Could you explain, your childhood growing up in Joplin a little bit?
My childhood growing up in Joplin, I lived in a rural area. My first 4 years of school was taught by one teacher, taught 4 grades. Then the school buses came along, so we were taken into town in the 5th grade, where I started there. And though I wasn't an outstanding student, I was in the upper 10 of my class, and served as secretary to our newspaper, and was an attendant at the Queen's party and everything. They always had me checking the absenteeism for our classes. They designate me, to be like responsible for that. And
So you were make sure everyone kept in shape and everyone
that's
was going
right.
to class.
And I still like to read, so I read a lot of books, Alcott's books, and anything that that we could find. I could find at the library. Of course, our school had libraries.
What do you think are some of the secrets to folks who, like yourself, who live these amazingly long and wonderful lives?
I don't know whether there's any total secrets, but I've kept busy. I think you need to challenge yourself to having something to do. So I learned to do painting, which I, accomplished from stick figure type things. And I did quilting. I do quilting even yet. And, I like people, so I like going to visit people or having luncheon with some of my friends. And I think you need a positive attitude mainly. And you need to keep well if you can. That's the main thing, too.
And I guess, do you have any other advice for even some of the younger folks out there? Things that, you took away from your experiences growing up that you think maybe some of the younger generations are missing out on nowadays?
Well, I think they need to follow the Lord and His work and what He has planned for you. And I try. I have probably sinned as much as anyone possibly could, but I still have faith and ask for forgiveness. So I think what's missing in today's life is home and church.
All right.
And having that responsibility.
Looking ahead now, is there anything that you're really looking forward to now? I mean, you've reached the 100 milestone. Is there anything that you think that sticks out down the road that you're excited to potentially, hit that next milestone? Or
I'm comfortable here. I like to take a little trip now and then, maybe for an afternoon or something like that, or I may go to Springfield for a few days. But other than that, I'm just happy to be here and to be comfortable and do my own thing. Be able to take care of myself is one of the major things that I hope to be able to do.
Any other advice you might give to anybody, whether it's faith, family, health, anything you think people would love to hear?
Well, the only thing I could say is to look forward to every day with a good view in mind and to be complimentary to people that you might work with and not try to find fault. I just, I really don't know. Just live each day as it comes.